The New Britain Board of Education, providing students with a high-quality education.
All right, good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the New Britain Board of Education to order, November 7th at 6:02. We could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Santana, if you would like to lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kristen, if you would please call the roll.
Ms. Gail Sanders-Connell.
Here.
Mr. Merrill Day.
Here.
Mr. Joseph Listro.
Here.
Mr. Anthony Payne with a C.
Excused. May join later.
Ms. Monica Dawkins.
Excused.
Mr. Anthony Payne with a K.
Here.
Mr. Matthew Marino.
Here.
Ms. Annie Parker.
Here.
Ms. Diana Reyes.
Here.
Ms. Tina Santana.
Right here.
We could just take a brief moment of meditation. Thank you. We have public participation. We have nobody signed up. Is there anybody that would like to address the board? Is there anybody who would like to address the board? One more time. Is there anybody who would like to address the board? Anybody online, Kristen? I don't think so. No. Thank you. All right, so moving on to new business. We have 3 items for executive session. I'd like a motion to go into executive session to discuss items A, B, and C. We will stay in executive session, but come in and out to bring in the different individuals. Item A is to discuss pending litigation. Item B is to approve employment contract for academics and accountability officer 612. And item C, approve administrative appointment. So for item A, I'll invite Attorney Peter Murphy, Superintendent Gasper, Deputy Superintendent Evelise Velasquez, and Director of Talent and Equity, Dr. Nicole Sanders.
So moved. Second.
All right. Oh, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Do we have to come back into session to do the second one, or do we want to?
No, I think we're gonna stay. We could stay in.
And then
Okay.
as long as we do all of our votes when they come out.
Are they all the same people?
Right. We will dismiss Attorney Murphy for item B and C.
Correct.
All right, so item B. I have a motion to approve employment contract for academics and accountability officer 6 through 12.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any approved? Any against? Oh, I forgot to say discussion. I apologize. Is there discussion items on it? No, okay. I know. Totally skipped over that part. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Item C, entertain a motion to approve administrative appointment of Mr. Tyrone Richardson.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, Madam President, it's with a high level of confidence that I make this recommendation to you tonight, and I'd like to thank the board for its discussion during executive session.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Welcome.
Congratulations and welcome to the team.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I am so excited to join this endeavor with New Britain Public Schools. I do have to say that I'm from Hartford. I was born and raised in Hartford. I spent my last 25 years as an educator in Hartford. I will miss Hartford. It's with a heavy heart that I leave, but I really can't wait to get started in New Britain with this wonderful team. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
So moving on to item 3, reports, superintendent report.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our CFO, Mr. Kevin Kane, is back with us tonight. Welcome back, Kevin. Kevin came back. This will be his last regular board meeting with the Consolidated School District of New Britain. Kevin, thank you again for your loyal service to the school district. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the academics department for a successful first day of our showcase upstairs on the 4th floor for the various possible choices for our new literacy series under the so-called Science of Reading state legislation. Excuse me. Additionally, I'd like to thank the Anna Grace Project and Master Yang for making some very generous and kind monetary donations to our district's programming lately. Tonight, the board has now approved the position and the appointment of Mr. Richardson for Academics and Accountability Officer for grades 6 through 12. I'd like to thank and recognize the board for having supported my recommended changes to our central office structure. Filling this vacancy will complete the senior leadership team and will allow us to provide meaningful and credible support to all principals throughout the district, along with a structure that breaks down the silos between the academics office and the school level. As I've stated previously, this work will take time, but I'm thankful for the board's thoughtful governance on this matter. I'd like to congratulate the New Britain High School girls volleyball for making it to the first round of the playoffs. They are playing at this moment, I believe. Wish them luck. And we are currently compiling the next edition of the District Dispatch newsletter. We received good feedback from the first edition a month ago. I want to thank Mr. Powell Figat for his excellent graphic skills in making the newsletter look so nice. Lots of great pictures of New Britain kids smiling, and hopefully some news that both staff and families found useful. The Personnel and Talent Development Department continues to work extremely hard to recruit and promptly onboard teachers, especially special education teachers, in the wake of the nationwide teacher shortage. The Slade Gym Floor project is rolling out on schedule. The new synthetic gym floor will bring a fresh new look to that space at Slade. Network upgrades are underway this year, which will increase our bandwidth by over 250%. Over the course of the year, our buildings will be upgraded to 10 gigabit bandwidth for internet. And I'd like to recognize the New Britain Schools Climb Career Program. It's a wonderful collaboration between Whitson's Foods and the City of New Britain. All of us in the office enjoy visiting the Climb Cart on Fridays for a second breakfast, I guess you could say. And it's great to see those students from the Climb program doing something that's meaningful to them and helpful to the community. The rest of my report is available in the packet, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Committee reports. Curriculum.
Yes, curriculum met. We learned about C3 curriculum, which is Communities Creating Change, which is going forward in partnership with the Southington Police Department and New Britain Police Department, and it's around drug awareness and prevention in this day and age. And then we also discussed the State Department mandate, well, the legislative mandate, and the State Department's recommendations for reading materials, which is currently ongoing upstairs.
Thank you. Policy.
So policy did not meet this past month, but we'll start working on revising our oldest policies and looking at a couple of new policies, an equity policy and an AP policy, and just generally looking to see if there's any legislative changes that have required changes to our policy.
Thank you. Personnel.
Personnel met, we saw a presentation on the key training proposal and asked some questions. I hope they'll come back with some answers and we can move on that. And there are a couple things for adult education program facilitator and request for an elementary school special ed teacher. That's on the consent agenda.
If I may, Madam President, on the key training proposal, Senior leadership has met and discussed that further, and we're not bringing that forward for tonight's meeting. You'll notice it's not on tonight's agenda. We want to do some more thinking and preparation on that.
Thank you. And Mr. Kane is absent. So board reports.
Can I
Tina.
just mention, yes, I just wanted to mention, last week we had a multicultural night at Pulaski Middle School. And I can't thank, really just the staff for pulling together, and like a huge shout out to Ms. Whitehead and gym teacher by the name of Miss English, who was just, it was just really funny because every single time any parent walked in, they were asking, are you coming? And reminding everybody about PTO as well. And so that was wonderful. And then we also had the downtown district Halloween party that was so well attended, and it was actually really, really fun. So the first time they did an alleyway, usually we do the building, the actual downtown district area as the haunted area, but this time they did a haunted alleyway. That was just amazing. And they had a line around the whole alleyway. It was just unbelievable. It was great. I can't say enough about it. So thank you so, so much. So.
Thank you. Mr. Marino.
Yeah, I'd also like to take time to recognize the Police Athletic League and the teams that participated this past weekend in their conference championship. We had 4 teams play, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. The littlest ones, the 6-year-olds, they lost in 3 overtimes. What a tough loss, but it's great to see how involved they've been all year. But the other 3 teams, the 8-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, and the 12-year-olds, all won in big time wins. I want to say that the 10 and 12-year-old teams won 34-0 each, so they are moving on to their state championship, which is this coming weekend at Windsor High School on Saturday, and from there they will move on to the regional championship. So a lot of our kids are out there and they are extremely successful this year in football, which is awesome to see.
Thank you. I know I'm so excited.
What? Oh, you want me to clap?
No. No, I thought you had something.
No.
Anybody?
No, I didn't say
I'll share that I was able to attend the Lights On After School event at Walnut Hill Park a couple weeks ago. It's a really great event with all of our after school providers attending along with the kids that they serve to really give recognition to the importance of after school programs. And in New Britain, we really strive to run a really great after school program. And you can definitely see that at the Lights On After School event.
And I know the Magical Feast is coming up. Don't quote me if Ms. Clarkin is here. I think it's December 9th and 10th. So definitely get your tickets. You don't want to miss that. It's a good time. I will give a shout out to the New Britain Junior Canes. I believe they're 13U. They're a little bit farther than the Police Athletic League, so they won their state championship. The 13U did. Waiting to hear on our cheerleading groups. Anything else? No? All right.
A lot more, but yeah.
Student report. Did we give you homework last week? I don't remember.
Well, I wasn't here last
Oh,
night.
okay. You missed that class.
I know.
Yeah, all right, well, we've had well, you mentioned the Magical Feast. We've had plenty of good events this past month. And with the Magical Feast, actually, I'll be in that. It is the 9th and the 10th,
Okay.
So if any of you guys come. Yeah, homecoming, that's a huge event for high schoolers, I guess, which went on without incidents. Football games, recent wins have been notable. These are actually like talked about in the school. Our superintendent mentioned the girls volleyball team, and they actually have really good attendance right now. It is ongoing. The girls soccer team also made it to states, and these are like talked about so much, like pretty much you can't go in the hallway without people talking about it, which is like great. And well, Olivia's not here. She wanted me to mention that that she thinks student voices aren't being as outspoken, and like council meetings are a little discouraging. I think she said that like they've been like infrequent and well, at least for our class of 2023. So students might be speaking their voice less. I've actually spoken to some students who want to. I believe I've had it before, but reinstitute student paper at New Britain High School, which
Red
would,
and gold.
Yeah, the red and gold.
yeah, that'd be very valuable for the students. And this past quarter, quarter one just ended, November 3rd. We see like grading system actualized, like the effect of the weighting of the grades, and we found that students have been less careful with their homework grades. Like it's kind of like negligible, almost. It's 15%. So you miss one homework assignment and you only lose like 1 point from your grade. It used to be like tanks your grade completely. But yeah, now that the quarter's been done, we can look at all that. We can look at all what difference that's made. And I wish I could have reported on more like aspects of the district as a whole, like elementary and middle school. Networking out there is a goal for me. I'd like to think that like this sort of, not really a disconnect, but like I think awareness of the rest of the district would be very valuable for us high schoolers. Like if we had more events where like we could collaborate or like visit. We actually have our side-by-side day for this Thursday, and I being in the choral department will be attending that, which is actually very valuable. People are excited for it, and more events like that could get like a sense of togetherness in the student body. Well, I just want to ask if there's anything you guys, like, you wanted to give us homework, if there's anything you think we should focus on in the next report.
Another event that I attended that was very nice was the Autumn Voices.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it was very well executed, and I hope to see more like that in the future.
Your homework for tonight is to get a volleyball.
Oh, yeah. They should do good, do well. The bracket is set up.
One thing.
We're up 2 games to none,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
starting the 3rd game.
Okay, thank you.
Just how are people feeling about the schedule?
The block
Getting
schedule?
better? Block schedule.
Well, we've seen it more. There's less time in the halls, which is usually like where something might, if anything, something might go a little astray, which, like, we haven't seen many incidents or anything, but like the schedule as a whole, like people are adjusting to it, like, though begrudgingly, since the beginning of the school year. Like, yeah, I think everyone's like adjusting to like 90-minute periods. I'm not sure about the lunch. Lunch is kind of like kind of severs some periods, like dissevers them. Like if you're in like a 200s or a 100s room, like your period isn't like whole. It's like 60 minutes, then lunch, then 30, which a lot of students have commented on. Yeah, that's really my only concern with that. If Yusuf wants to talk about anything.
So, hello. I wanted to talk a lot about the senior college fair that happened in the high school. So it was really a well-made college fair. It was really nice having a lot of seniors getting more engaged in these college events. And so me, myself, and a lot more people were really, I would say, drawn into a lot more colleges that I've never heard of. And it's really good to like increase your, I think, array of what to choose. So I think that was really good. College visits were really, college visits were really good with the seniors too. A lot of people have went and, especially the approach that came to the seniors with the college visits, a lot of people have talked about, or like at least told a majority of the seniors about when, like what dates and what times is given. But another thing I wish that the college visits would have done a little bit more is to increase the capacity given to the students. But of course, may not be in our hands. But another thing I just want to end off and add on to is the volunteer opportunities and the volunteer clubs that come with the school. I've seen it, it was really great. So like like how some have made and said before, that the Halloween opportunity, the Halloween event that happened last week and that I participated as well, it was really fun and it was a really good and engaging event. It really helped bring a lot of students from like across the district to really come together, and like you said, the haunted alley was really, really fun to make, and yeah, it was a really great gathering, but more or less the engagement of it.
Thank you so much. Great.
Yeah.
All right, consent agenda. Does anybody would like to pull anything off the consent agenda?
I'd like to pull off item G, please.
And I would like to pull off item U. Anybody else? All right. So item G, make a motion to accept the school readiness COLA funds of $321,663.99.
Motion, yeah,
Yeah.
motion.
Motion to accept item G, school readiness COLA funds for $321,663.99.
And then second.
Yeah.
Discussion?
I just need to abstain.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion carries. So item U, entertain a motion to approve the bid waiver for renewal of paper cut managed printing license and support in the amount of $13,920. Have a second?
Second.
So during finance and facilities, Mr. Pocock gave us some really interesting numbers on what this contract does for us. So if you would just share that with us, I'd appreciate it.
So the report I had shared is our monthly unreleased jobs paper saving report, which basically pulls up any print job that hasn't been retrieved and has been deleted from
So
the
Mr.
system.
Prokop, just for the benefit of anybody watching at home, generically, what does the paper cut software do for us? How does it change how a copy machine gets used?
So PaperCut allows the print jobs for a copier to wait basically in a cloud-based queue, and then allows the user to bring it down from any copier throughout the district altogether. So it provides greater flexibility insofar as where it can print, as well as basically the savings that can come from mislaid papers and print jobs. So in that report specifically, it showed for our September 30th savings, 49,000 sheets of paper were saved, which translates to basically what would have been 62,000 print costs, because every page is a separate click each side. And it yielded a savings of 5.9 trees, 624 kilograms of CO2 saved, and 39,000 hours of bulb life. And we just got our next report for the last month, a little bit less, but still, we're looking at, we saved about 11 trees in the last 2 months.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Any other discussion?
Can they print those at home when it's in the cloud, or is it just?
No, it is only within the network, so you have to send your print job from here. And it doesn't delete immediately. After 7 days it deletes, so it gives people the opportunity to pull it out. Forgotten print jobs happen.
So for those who haven't seen it in action, basically, any staff member clicks print on their computer and then swipes their badge at any location in the district, and it prints at that location. So I could click print here in my office and then go to the high school, swipe at the high school, and it would print there. But in the process, as Mr. Prokop says, it prevents a lot of unneeded printing from happening.
And we use a very high utilization as compared to maybe some other districts. We use about 90% of all our print jobs go through this, which is very, great utilization of the software.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And I would like to pull off item W, just because it's Mr. Kane's last I know, but it's your last board meeting. I have to just put you on this. I gotta be able to give you a hard time one more time.
But he just came back, so maybe we can ask him to co-present with Ms. Alfano.
All right. I'm sorry.
Killing me small.
So you need a motion to accept.
Oh, sorry. Motion to accept the financial, oh, do I have a motion to accept the financial report, September 30th, 2022?
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion.
You may discuss it. Oh, you want me to discuss it? Any questions?
I do not have any questions because there were no, there was no transfers, right? All right, no questions for Mr. Kane. You don't want to give a presentation? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. So item 5, partnerships. Entertain a motion to approve contracts between New Britain Board of Education and Jerome Home, Arbor Rose, and Autumn Lake Healthcare at New Britain for clinical experience and nurses aid training program.
Second.
Discussion.
As the board can see, this is a continuation of our relationship with these partners. We're thankful that they're willing to host our students as our students make their way towards their CNA certification.
And I will
I
say
did my time there.
from personal experience, that partnership is really great because I see a lot of them and the way they interact with some of the residents, we're doing a great job here, right? Because they're really, really good. So, I don't know if anybody had any. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Is there any other business?
I have one brief matter, if I may, Madam President.
Okay.
Just wanted to say a public thank you to the, I believe, I'm actually collecting the data, or Diana Rios is collecting the data now, but I believe when all is told, we'll have well over 100 staff members have contributed to the budget process so far. We have 40 budget owners, and each budget owner has been asked to meet with their team and presenting to Ms. Alfano and me. As the board has heard previously, Ms. Alfano and I spent a lot of time together during the month of October with approximately 80 different meetings. I believe that when the superintendent's recommended budget comes before you, it'll look quite different, or at least the process to generate it will look quite different than you've seen before. However, it does lead me to have a high level of confidence that the budget will represent needs, some wants, but the needs of the children of New Britain. So I just wanted to publicly thank every staff member that participated in that quite rigorous process.
Awesome. Motion to adjourn?
Second.